basically questioning my integrity.
When you think that you know what the right decision is, you have to act on it.
What does Willie need to do? He needs to get out of here.
I'm Irish, we're stubborn.
Wonderful advantage, not making the playoffs 4 years in a row.
Gretzky scores! And the Los Angeles Kings defeat the Maple Leafs.
With the back, Veronica the shooting scores! Some front, taking his head, put cover freeze, goal!
My fourth line center strategy didn't work! Oh no! The elbow to the back of 50 years of failure continues!
This guy's such an idiot here.
All right, Toronto, we are back after a 3-1 fucking loss in the Stanley Cup Finals. 50 years of failure continues here in the city of Toronto. I have the entire world laughing at me, the nation of Canada wanting me to get fired. Look at all my Twitch scouts ridiculing me for asset management instead of getting behind the Toronto Maple Leafs, who for the first time since 1967 got to the Stanley Cup Finals. No, it's all just failure. It's all just absolute failure, ladies and gentlemen. We had a Nylander win a Conn Smythe. Not William Nylander, apparently the better Nylander, in Chicago too, man. We had, what was it, Zach Hyman and Frederik Andersen, former Leafs, just like Kessel, just like Bozak, just like freaking Luke Schenn. Every Leaf that leaves Toronto ends up winning a cup. Hyman, Maple Leafs, more like Maple Laughs. 2BC fraud, man. Maybe shouldn't have traded us after all, but I guess we're not the ones to judge him on that. Don't worry, Hyman, I'm about to get judged by the entire world right now. And then, look at this. He actually showed up in the playoffs. The Toronto Star, Tavares, reveals he was dealing with back spasms during Game 7 after carrying the Leafs to the finals against the Blackhawks. And he did. Look at his point totals. In 22 games played, he had 29 points, 15 goals. It's not fair. It is not fair. Shut the hell up, Twitch Scouts. Get the hell off my screen. So let's take a look at the player stats, figure out what we need to do going into next season, because I don't even want to use the term asset management. Everyone's going to laugh at me. I get it. I know. But at least we are able to come back potentially stronger for next season. Now, before we start talking about strategy, let's talk about this playoff run. John Tavares, he was an absolute stud during these playoff runs. Not only did he have the point totals, he had 3 primary assists in overtime to help us win games. 29 points in 22. And at 31 years of age, you know, I hope he should come back next year with exact elites. But if you wanted to have a dynasty with Johnny T, that was a year where we could have won our first Stanley Cup, come back again next year, win another Stanley Cup. We just let a huge opportunity slip between our fingers. Mitch Marner played very well with the sniper, John Tavares. But I gotta say, Austin Matthews, a little bit silent. He didn't have quite the playoffs that Johnny T did, especially in the Stanley Cup Finals. 12 goals is pretty good, but a +3 for your first liner, 92 overall. You're hoping that he went off a little bit more, especially that he had the power play time. He had everything. Everything the exact same as John Tavares, but for some reason, only 23 points compared to Johnny T's 29. And Matthews actually had first line ice time, so his ice time should be... It's actually less than John Tavares. Interesting. I wonder if that's because of the penalty kill. But William Nylander did his job. I can't expect any more out of him. It was just in Game 7 with only 1 goal for. You know, you look to these 4 guys, it's like, what the hell? We needed some offense there. Jesse Puljujarvi on the third line, totally worth it. Sam Steele, third line, totally worth it. Even though there were -10s, something has to happen. I can think about replacing them, but given their age and given their contracts and given the fact that they're on the third line, you just got to hope that they grow and come back and try to win it again next year. Warren Fogle did fantastic, so he's right where he needs to be. Mikhail Grigorenko, I mean, a +11 in 11 games played before going down with the injury. That really hurt us, because what it did, it forced us to move Jesse Puljujarvi up to the second line. And the second line was fine, but it weakened our third line. And if you go back to Seattle, you go back to any successful GM mode, that third line is so valuable. When you can have a stacked third line because you've constructed your team in a way where you're allowed to have depth, that's when you really see that difference in the real-time simulation. I've had superstars, but I feel like the best combo is having that superstar in the first line, sure, but having a really good third line. Remember Stamkos with Seattle? Remember Ovechkin with Seattle? You know, and that the fact that we lost Grigorenko took that ability away from us, our depth. Defensively, Ethan Bear with 14 points and a +9, so he certainly gets it done. I've got to try to get the new head coach so that we can get him playing on the first line, get him a +5 on the power play as well. Morgan Riley, 12 points, but a -4. So the first line, Matthews and Riley, they didn't get it done, but in the net, Marc-Andre Fleury, a .912 save percentage and a .263 goals against. If I would have got that type of goaltending in previous GM modes, I'd be an instant Stanley Cup. I've never seen such high save percentage, but I don't know why Jonas Korpisalo was thrown in the net for Game 5. And people say, Fleury wouldn't have made that cross crease save. It doesn't matter. It was a 1-1 tie in the third period. If we have Marc-Andre Fleury in the net, perhaps the simulation is completely different. Perhaps we win that game 1-0. I still am not okay with the game making those kind of decisions for me. I want my starter in the net, EA. I don't want no shenanigans happening. All right, because if we lose, then I feel like I've been gypped, and I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, no. It would have been the exact same. To hell with that. I wanted Fleury in the net. So that was our playoff run. And when I think about strategy for the upcoming season, again, here it is, asset management. We should be stronger for year 3 than we were here in year number 2, because we did not take any major shots with veteran players. The only veteran we took a shot with was with Marc-Andre Fleury. And with the Twitch scouts, we were actually looking at which players we could sign to a contract extension right now. Now, here's the thing. We want to go long-term, obviously, and that's why we're giving the guys that we know we want to go long-term with these 7- and 8-year deals, all right? So these guys are staying. But we're on a 2-year window before we have to sign, William Nylander and Austin Matthews, right? This year doesn't count because that's the year that just passed. It's next year. Whoa. There it is. 21-22 don't count. We're going to be going into the 22-23 season. Matthews has got one more season, and then after that, before we have to give him the big-time contract. Now, we signed Jonas Korpisalo to a 4-year extension that's going to kick in next season. But we only have a 2-year window here. More than likely, we're going to have to move on from Korpisalo after that. And now that goaltender stats, I'm beginning to think matter a lot. We might have to target veteran free agent goaltenders on 1-year deals just to help us get it done. Marc-Andre Fleury still has his exact elite potential, which tells me he guarantees has one more season in him. Even if he drops to a starter, he should still be better than Korpisalo overall-wise, unless Korpisalo jumps. But look at this. We go into Marc-Andre Fleury. Look at the extension that he wants. I could give him a 2-year extension, and if he stays good enough, that's the Matthews window. We could actually save money because he wants less than $4 million. I could trade Korpisalo if Fleury overall stays high enough. If it doesn't, I can move on from Fleury and get another goalie in free agency for next season. And then again, when we have the Matthews window, either make a trade for a goalie, sign a young goalie and grow him, draft a goalie, or just wait till free agency and get a veteran again. So I'm thinking that we could free up $1.25 million of cap space right there with Marc-Andre Fleury. I wouldn't trade Korpisalo till free agency to see who's available. And then Madison Bowie and Merrill, I'm not going to offer Merrill a contract, so we can wait on him. And then the forwards, let's see, we got Nick Ritchie, who we traded for at the trade deadline to give us that power forward playmaker sniper combination. And look at this. He also wants a pretty cheap deal. And when you look at our third line with Sam Steele and Pulya Harvey, what do you have? 2 years left after this season before they're both RFAs. And they'll be moving on because that's when we have to sign Matthews and Nylander. So why don't we go with Nick Ritchie and give him a 2-year, actually, I can even go 3-year extension because he'll be a UFA, but I know I can move on from that. So we can get Nick Ritchie and Harold Bluetooth, that pain in the ass. Don't even get me started. We can get Nick Ritchie and the Flower, Marc-Andre Fleury, both signed on this team, and then flip them when we have to sign Austin Matthews. So it works out. So you know what? I'm going to do this right now because if I wait, they might not want to re-sign or they may want more. So Nick Ritchie, this is a steal. I'm going 3 years at, I could probably go down to like 2.6 to be honest. I'm going to go I'm going to be careful with it. 2.75. You know what? 2.75 is a steal for a third liner at 83 overall. Medium top 6. Bang. There it is. Nick Ritchie, I am going to try to re-sign. And also, we're going to do this Marc-Andre Fleury, all right? Now, a lot of people are saying just sign it to a 1-year deal. Even if he drops, I'll be able to trade a guy who's only making $2.750 million. Yeah, I should be able to do that. So both Richie and Fleury are going to make $2.750. Fleury, only 2 years because I'm going to let him walk after the window. Richie, we can trade along with the rest of our third liners, okay? So, boom, 2. If he retires, then fine, so be it. I won't have to pay that money. But that's why we're not going to trade Korpisalo yet. We're going to wait till free agency just to get a gauge of a backup that we could bring in. So that's the goalie situation. That's the defensive situation. And the forward core, I'm hoping that these guys get better. Remember, we still haven't seen the regular season jump. So, you know what? Twitch Scouts, I'm going to bring you guys back in here for a second. Make a mental note of all the overalls and the potential of our forwards. All right, I'll just give you guys a quick look-see. Because we might see some growth. And defensemen. You might see some growth and goaltenders as well. Yeah, Korpisalo, because we wanted to play Korpisalo this year. We didn't play him in the playoffs, but he still had over 60 games played during the regular season with decent stats. So if he could jump to an 84, 85, 80, if he's 86, bye, Fleury. You know, Fleury could be my backup, but I don't think he's going to jump that much. So let me know in the Twitch Scouts what you guys see when we simulate. You know what? I'll bring you guys back when we sim. I forgot we still have to sim. Hang on. Yeah, we still have to get the what's it called? Oh man, not the awards, but the draft lottery done. So I got the contract extensions. I'm just waiting on those guys. Let's sim to the NHL entry draft. Breaking news, the Washington Capitals have fired head coach Marc Perreault. Okay, so, oh yeah, and that's another thing. We got to try to get a new coach. So Nick Ritchie is back on the team, and Marc-Andre Fleury is back on the team. So asset management, ladies and gentlemen, asset management. Oh, John Merrill's available. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, we had the Stanley Cup Finals, but we had John Merrill and Mikhail Grigorenko down with an injury. Oh, I don't want to hear it. And your Chicago Blackhawks are the Stanley Cup champions. Okay, so we'll talk about my role now as the general manager, because a lot of people have been calling for my resignation, right? The draft lottery results, here we go. The Dallas Stars moved from 4th to 1st. The LA Kings from 6th to 2nd. How did the Colorado Avalanche miss the playoffs and then move up to 3rd? Well, there's the future dynasty once they get all their contracts figured out. The Colorado Avalanche are getting another stud player. Boston moves from 1st to 4th. Columbus, Florida. And we obviously do not have a pick, so that's fine. All right, Central Scouting. I don't really care about the scouting or the draft class interviews. Let me just get to or past the retirement screen. We can talk about my role as the general manager here. All right. So Henrik Zetterberg, he's retired from the free agent list. Kessler, he's gone. Hainsey's gone. Wolski, Abdelkader, Andy Green, Korpakowski, good. Goaltenders, Marc-Andre, fast. No, Marc-Andre Fleury is staying. So we don't have to worry about that. Marc-Andre is coming back for another year. Coach retirement. Let's see. Any coaches retiring in Toronto? No, we're good. Jade Beckett is still here. Hopefully she got better. Derek England is going to be a scout for the Edmonton Oilers. Good luck with that. View the draft class. Let me just continue the simulation. Blah, 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 blah. And here we are. All right, so I'll get a quick save in just so no shenanigans happen. Create new file. Yeah. Okay, so my role as a general manager, right? If I am to objectively rate myself on the year 2 season simulation and the playoff run, obviously the glaring problem is a 3-1 series lead in a playoff round, the Stanley Cup Finals, and I let it drop. In fact, I'll bring up the Twitch Scouts right here. You guys can chime in on whether or not you think I had a successful season or a failure of a year. Here is my only argument, okay? The Toronto Maple Leafs have been in a horrible spot for quite some time. A team that couldn't make the playoffs to a team that kept on getting kicked out in the first round over and over and over again. Last year, I got kicked out in the first round in 5 games, so I took a step back. But I kept on telling everyone that it was about building the roster, asset management. For year 2, we came back stronger, and we got 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, listen, I've been a Leaf fan my entire life. I've never witnessed them going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I haven't seen them get past the first round since 2004. So I still think that we've taken a step forward. However, we've now put ourselves between a rock and a hard place. Because we go from a first round, not being able to get past the first round, to losing in the Stanley Cup Finals after being up 3-1. There's no more future growth. It's cup or bust. Because now if we don't win a Stanley Cup, We've officially taken a step back. It's not like we lost in the conference finals and next year I can get to the cup finals and lose and still have some forward progress, right? We've put ourselves essentially in a position where we have to win the cup next year or we are regressing. So I still think that it was a successful year. On top of that, we've maintained all of our assets. We have our first round picks. We have our prospects. We have our team. We've managed our assets. But now it's cup or bust. So what do you guys think? No one remembers second place. That's the thing. And with Toronto media, right, they're going to rip on me. It's not like it was a competitive Stanley Cup final, right, where they were up 2-0 and we came back to make it 2-2. Then they went up 3-2. We forced a game 7 before losing in an overtime. We had a 3-1 series lead. Like, that is unacceptable. Although, when you look at the standard of sports now, the 3-1 series lead seems to be like the worst lead you can have in a 7-game series. How many teams are faltering? Not even faltering, but having a game 7 get forced, you know? It happens all the time. So, new team, 9 out of 5 out of 10, cup or bust, pussy, new team, A-. If you don't win the cup this year, end this franchise mode. Okay, so it's good to know what the Twitch scouts think. I want to know what the YouTube crowd has to think as well. Give me a summary of my job for year number 2. But, and the reason I brought you guys up is because, remember, do we have any regular season jumps? Hang on a second. Do we have any jumps? Goaltenders. Okay. So both Marc-Andre Fleury and Korpisalo grew. Korpisalo didn't get an exact starter, but we got him up to an 84. So what do you guys feel about this? Let me bring this back. This is Twitch Scouts. Very important. You know, like, if we continue to play Korpisalo, he's going to get better. Next year, he'll be 85. The year after that, maybe 86. You know, at what point does Korpisalo pass Marc-Andre Fleury? Although, Marc-Andre at 87 is now making $1.250 million less per year. Trade Korpisalo now. That's another thing. His value might have gone up because he's 84. Keep both. Well, with free agency coming up, I might want to go with like a top 6 forward because the 2-year window now, right? Let's take a look at our defensemen. Morgan Rielly, 88. Timothy Liljegren, 84. Bear, 84. Merrill, 81. Merrill dropped. Will his price have dropped now? Oh, Merrill only wants $2.5 million. That could be a real good pickup for him. Whew, okay, I'll look at that. Gavrikov, medium top 6. Shillington. And now Shillington, we're going to be able to offer a contract extension to in free agency. So that's going to be good. But none of these guys grew. All right, so what about in the system? Mueller. No, none of these guys really grew. That's okay. Main roster, what about our forwards? Any growth? Matthews, high elites. Marner, high elites. Tavares, exact elites. Nylander, Pulya Harvey. No, I don't think we've gotten any potential growth. Any over? Nah. If anything, Marner went down. Yeah, we didn't get much growth. Grigorenko got to an 81. Fogel. So Fogel and Grigorenko, based on the years that they have, if I put them on the power play, more than likely they'll go up. But Warren Fogel and Grigorenko are going to hover around like the medium or the mid to low 80s. So as long as I can keep them there, they're always going to be trade bait. Cedric Paquette. Okay, so we really didn't get too much growth. But the good thing about our team is that we have potential growth because they're so young. Noah Robertson, 70. Noah Robertson might be ready to go for next season. Although, I might be trade bait as well based on which coach I can bring. There's a lot of things up in the air. A lot of moving pieces right now. Okay. Did I say Noah Robertson? Nick Robertson. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the NHL awards. See who won what. I can take a look at the trading block, but I don't think that there's anyone that we can trade. Oh my God, so they won the President's Trophy and they won the Stanley Cup? I thought it was the Carolina Hurricanes that won the President's Trophy. Dude, I think the Chicago Blackhawks are going to be like a mini dynasty all of a sudden because they reshaped their squad. They got Jonathan Taves' $10.5 million off the team. Remember their second line of Kirby Dack and Alex Nylander. They're going to be better for next year. Patrick Kane should still be Patrick Kane. Ooh-wee. That's going to be... they did have Game 7 against us. Clarence S. Campbell goes to Chicago. Well, at least that's good to know. We won the Prince of Wales trophy. It's been a long time since the Leafs did that. Individual player awards. See what I mean? The Art Ross, Dylan Strome. And he's the Hart Memorial. You got to look at Dylan Strome as an absolute... He's going to get a huge... We should take a look at Dylan Strome after this. Someone remind me. Because he might have had a huge jump. James Norris goes to Victor Hedman. That makes sense. Patrick Kane gets the Lady Bing. Calder goes to Dylan Cousins. Conn Smythe. Nylander wins the Conn Smythe, but it's not a Leaf. Vezina goes to Vasilevsky. William M. Jennings goes to Grubauer. Bill Masterton goes to who? Roy. Jack Adams goes to DeFazio. Frank J. Selke goes to Ryan O'Reilly. Ted Lindsay goes to Dylan Strome. Maurice Richard goes to Ovi. I was wrong. I thought Kane won the Maurice Richard. Okay, let me take a look at this Dylan Strome character. Because if he won the Art Ross, that's what I'm talking, he might have gotten like medium franchise now all of a sudden. Let me take a look at this. Chicago. Strome. No, still got medium in the button. Woo-wee! Yeah, they're going to be able to keep this team together. They signed him long-term for $9.9 million. That was a smart contract. They got to sign Bachfist, though. They got to sign Kirby Dack. They just signed Alex Nylander to an extension. Yeah, they're going to be in a rough spot. Oh, they got to get Jaden Schwartz's contract and Duncan Keith's contract off their team. And goaltender, hey, that's a great contract for Harold Bluetooth right there. Under $6 million. It's great. Okay, so that's all that taken care of. I know I don't want to make any, what's it called, trades at the draft. Is there anything I need to look at? No, I think we're just going to go right into the NHL entry draft here. Although, now that we haven't seen the jumps, is there any other players that I could offer a contract to that I didn't? It was Merrill, but I can wait on him. Yeah, I can wait on him because I got to see the upcoming free agents. Cedric Paquette. I can always sign those grinders, but we have to make sure that we get the forward coach first. Woo-wee! Hang on a second. All right, sorry about that. Just had to clear the old airways. So, what was I doing? I was looking for players that we could offer a contract extension to. The only guy was Merrill. We pretty much... Yeah, my managing of assets has been fantastic up until this point. We have our team completely locked in. I will do some due diligence. If there's a free agent available that could make our team for the next 2 years, like I said, 2-year window, as long as we're not giving up prospects and draft picks, we can sign free agents or we can sign big-time free agents that are veterans to like 1 or 2 year deals, right? We just approach someone saying, yeah, you want to win a Stanley Cup? We'll pay you for 2 years. We can't hand out any 7-year contracts in free agency, but we can do the veteran thing. So yeah, let's get into it. The Twitch Scouts, you guys have been fantastic for us in the past with the drafting, so get your scouting caps on. We really need you. Last time you guys hit with the Crazy Croat, what was it, Neil Cairns? Can you guys hit for me again? So the first up is the Dallas Stars. No one's willing to trade their pick except for the Winnipeg Jets. Let me view the draft. Is there any update here? Or is everything still just naked? Just naked. Yeah, we have no clue, dude. No clue. Okay, so offer trade. Just do our due diligence because we will get a general sense of what we could get for some of these players. So Korpisalo and Fleury. We have Fleury now signed to a 2-year extension. Korpisalo's in there. What do you guys think? Korpisalo, I can hold on to him for right now. I just don't know if Fleury's going to drop. I think I'll get 1 year out of him. But if I play him, he might keep that exact elite potential. I don't know. Defenseman. Let's see what we got. Riley's way up there. Liljegren. Ethan Bear. We just got to start growing Ethan Bear. But that's good. We need our new head coach for that. That's why we have him. Merrill's in there. Gavrikov. Shillington. Shilly, we're going to see how long we can sign him once we get to free agency. So there's really no defenseman that I could trade. And then the forwards, let's see, Matthews, no. Marner, no. Tavares, no. Nylander, no. Puljujarvi's got some good value. Sam Steele's got some good value. So that's going to be what I'm talking about when we can move on from him. Warren Fogle, look at Grigorenko's trade value now. Nice. We just got Richie to an extension. Paquette. Yeah, there's really nothing I can trade here. And the draft picks, we traded a bunch away, but we acquired a lot, right? So next year, we have a crap ton of seconds. Now, I think I already moved on from like 2 of them and my third, but we still have our first and 3 seconds, 2 fourths. So it's certainly going to take care of the first early rounds with all those seconds. This year, we don't have as many seconds. We have a few thirds, but we got to hit with our 30th, and at least the Dallas Stars pick is a high one. It's actually the 30th and 35th. So we'll have 2 picks within 5. We'll have 2 picks within 5 draft picks of one another. I think that makes sense. Yeah, that's not bad. So we can target 2 players. I can look at that 30th and know exactly who we want to get at 35th. So we're just going to draft. Yeah, I'm not going to trade. You know what I'll do? I'll do just for shits and giggles. Hang on a second, because I'm starting to see goaltenders in a completely new like Korpisalo. I thought You know what, low overall, it's fine. We don't really need them. No, you need goaltending in this. So to Buffalo, no. Armia for a second, no. To Colorado for Eric Johnson and a fourth, no. Bjugstad, 2/4, no. A third, Vlasic and Ceci, no. Dumoulin, Vlasic, and a fourth, no. Massive, no. Zucker, no. Brent Burns, no. Just a bunch of veterans, so no. I'm going to decline that trade. And I am going to hold on to Jonas Korpisalo until free agency, okay? We do not need anyone like that. So, Prohorkin goes first overall, right-wing sniper elite. Who went first overall last year? It was like Weaver to Nashville. Nikolai Prohorkin. Take a look at this individual, or took a look at these individual player stats. Was a wrist shot? Yeah, he's a wrist shot specialist. Got some decent speed. Not actually, is he big? 6'1", 188. Yeah, he's like is he a sniper? He's a sniper with some good body checking. Maybe another Ovechkin right here. Is he from Russia? Right-handed right wing. That name sounds Russian, but it could also be... is that Russian? I'm pretty sure that's Russian, right? Move the chat. Is the chat getting in the way for you guys? I need the Twitch scouts, though. Okay, I'll be moving the chat around. You guys let me know if it's in the way, but we need the Twitch scouts for the draft. So let's simulate all the way up until our draft pick. I will call a timeout just so you guys don't go crazy on me. All right, we have ourselves 7 minutes. So before we take a look at who we are going to select, let us take a look at what went in the draft so far. Pasternak goes to the LA Kings, left-wing sniper, medium elites. Take a look at this guy. Same kind of thing. 5'11", a little bit smaller. More of a playmaker type. Vaclav Pasternak, very nice. Man, look at these names. Prohorkin, Pasternak, Dorjevich, two-way forward, medium elite. S. Hacken, center playmaker, medium elite to Boston. That's nice. Harper, a two-way defenseman, medium elite. Plenty of medium elites coming into the league this year. Lambert going to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Shane Wright going to the Winnipeg Jets. All right, Winnipeg. You got yourself, Scheifele and Shane Wright down the middle. Can you believe that? That is nice for Winnipeg. They just got to develop him. Savoy, medium elites. Jesus, there's so many. And there we go. We're into the top 4s and top 6s now. All right. So let's see if we've missed anybody good. A top 9. So we got to be careful. Top 6, top 9, top 9, top 9, top 6 defense. Uh-oh. All right, Twitch scouts. This is where you guys have got to come through for me. Let me just again, I got to be active with this thing. There you go. All right. What do you guys think? Now, the defensemen, we're pretty much locked up for defensemen because we have them signed long-term. We're going to need replacements for the third liners eventually when they go. So this is like a guy 3 years from now we're going to be bringing in. We already got that guy Cairns. Sort by gems. All right, so the first thing the Twitch scouts are telling me is to sort by gems. Gems. Where are you? Gems. There it is. Sort by gems. Sort. All right, Larson. Time scouted. So he's a two-way, and there's a grinder in there as well, a bust. But he's going 148, so we could take him a little bit later. Pick him up. Larson. Right wing. I hate how there's nothing I can tell about. Well, he had 32 games played, 22 penalty minutes, plus 3. Did he have any goals? Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. With our first pick, we might as well take somebody a little bit higher up. We can select him with, like, our third rounder or some stuff like that, okay? So, hang on. Whoa. I am not sorting by the right. Am I in, like, all American? There we go. All right, so Jonathan Muir. Oh, wait. The goal totals are showing up now. What? What happened? Did they change something? I'm waiting for the... I'm sorry, YouTube. What happened? Because now we can actually scout. A new tuner update? The first years they don't show. Oh, year 1 they don't show? Okay, so we can go back to scouting our old school way. Let's see this. In an A+ league, 4 points in 30 games played. Jason Rammer, a left wing, 6'4", probably a power forward. How many? That's pretty good. In 64 games played, he almost had himself 60 points. 50 penalty minutes, though. That's definitely like a power forward. In a B league, Charlie Webb, 4 goals. In a C- league, Colin Mancari, left defense. C- right defense. C- right defense. Just trying to see if there's anything that jumps out on us. A+ league. I'd love to grab somebody from an A+ league, but show me a few more points than that. A C- league, a C- league. Get Rammer? Yeah, that Rammer guy, he had a lot of points, did he not? There's also some goalies in there as well. Now remember, we're going to have a pick, like 5 picks later, so we don't need to go too far down. So we really just need to take a look at these like first like 6 or 7 guys, because we're going to have another pick. So if we go for Rammer, the left wing, get that left wing taken care of. That's good, because I have Nylander and Marner on the right. And if Rammer's the left wing power forward, it could be perfect. Who else then do we take? Because we have Cairns as a 2-way forward. I could use like another, like maybe this guy, the German, Frank Height. In a B league, only 2 assists. All right, so Rammer is definitely the first one we're going to go for. Yeah, those points are way up there. So Jason Rammer, the American, playing on the left side. Could be a future line mate for Austin Matthews. Is he good? Oh my God, yes. We got Rammer, baby. He's a power forward. We're going to be ramming the opponents. Let's go. All right, so low elites, 66 overall, power forward. We have no clue about the chemistry. All right, so that could be a problem. But Jason Rammer, real good. Take a look at those individual stats. Yeah. Now, it's just unfortunate because I would like to draft good old Canadian boys or good old Ontario boys here to Toronto to get that extra heart and soul that you need for the playoffs. But a big-time power forward like that to play alongside of Austin Matthews, and it's perfect because we don't need him for the first 2 years. Like, that's the window, that's the Nylander-Matthews window. We're going to need him in that 3rd year, and it looks like he'll be ready for that year. So that's a really good pick. Good job. Good job, boys. Next up, let's go to pick 35. Let's see what we missed out on after Rammer, just to see here. All right, Rammer. Webb was a top 9, medium top 9, 60 overall sniper. So that's really good that we missed out on him. Mewers, yeah, really good. Mankari, really good. Oh yeah, we got the right one. We didn't miss anything. Now, can you guys do it again for me? Can you do it again for me? Get the goalie. Oh, you know what? You're right. Goaltenders are different, and we're gonna need somebody to come in after that. How far down was the goalie? Oh my God. Alexander or Oleg Ovechkin, 19 years of age. Let's see. A 901 save percentage in 27 games played. Oleg Ovi. What about, is there another goalie? They're pretty far down the list. Kasivi. Yeah. All right, I mean, I will listen to you guys. Let me just see where he is again. He's at 52. So that is a second rounder, and it's the best second rounder. All players. I don't think any goalies have been selected just yet. Oh, the scout recommends this guy, though. Glenny, 18 years of age, 903. Ovechkin's kid. Bryce Glenny. I don't know. Okay. All players. Who am I missing out on if I go for Ovechkin? Like, Ovechkin's pretty far down the list here. He's pretty far down the list. We could get him with a 3rd rounder. So he's pick number 52. Let me just call a timeout. Let's do this the right way. Offer trade. I want to see when my next pick is. Everyone's spamming Ovi at me right now. Okay, so yeah, pick 53. We're not going to be able to get him with our 3rd rounder. Okay, so I'm going to listen to the Twitch scouts. This is a pretty high pick, very valuable. They want Ovi. Ovi is in an A+ league. Yeah, that's true. Everything you're saying is true. I'm looking at all these other players, right? Like, we don't necessarily need a defenseman. So, like, the 18 points, the right wing, though. In a B league, 2 assists, Bowmick. In an A+ league, 1 goal, 4 assists, that could be a playmaker. Like, okay, so I like Bowmick. I wouldn't go for a defenseman. We're fine for defenseman. Laxinen? I think Laxinen and Bowmick are pretty much the same. So I would go with Bowmick just because he's higher up and the scout wants him. Scout recommends him. Kolosov, an A+, that could be decent. Peterson's got some really good stats. In a C- league, 16 goals, 29 assists. It's not bad. And he's 18. Daig. Ouellette. Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Okay. So I think that there are some good wingers that we could be passing up. If I were to select the winger, I would have gone with Bowman. Or Bowmick. Sorry. Did I say Bowman? Bowmick. Sorry, buddy. No. Was it Bowmick that I said I was going with? Hang on. Yeah. So it was Bowmick. So we're going to take a look at him after. But remember these other guys like Kolashev, Laxinen, Peterson. They could be good. Ouellette. So we're going to go with Ovechkin. I'm listening to the Twitch scouts. Are they correct for me? Oleg Ovechkin, 6'1". He's already 19 years of age, which scares me a little bit, but that means he could also be in the 70s already. Oleg Ovechkin. All right, so you guys got me a medium starter. Already 62 overall, though. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad, okay? Yeah. Now, Bomick. If Bomick is like a low elite or something like that, then it is bad. Then I'll be pissed at you guys. But you guys have already scored for me in the past, so it's okay. So we'll sim to pick 67. We'll go back to round number 2. Let's see what we got. Top 6 isn't bad. Starter goalie isn't bad. Yeah, I know. He was a grinder? Oh, the German was a grinder, low elites. Oh, Bomick was a left-wing playmaker, medium top 6. Although I don't really need... Oh, my God. Pitt was a low... Oh, Jesus. We didn't hit. We did not hit. That's one where Laxinen was a sniper, medium top 6, 60 overall. Yeah. We didn't. So I would have taken the play... But you know what? Technically, we don't need that. So it wasn't a great pick. It was just the overall and the potential. This guy is actually better. This Laxinen guy. He would have fit in better for us. Or this Kolosov guy. Peterson... Kozhanov, offensive defenseman. Oh, man. We didn't hit there. You guys told me to go for the goalie. We did not hit there. We did not hit. Okay. Well, let's see. If we're going to go for goalie, we might as well double down. Let's see if the next goalie was taken. And let's see how good he was. Because if not, we'll just go for the next goalie also. Grinder, medium top 9. Snyder, 3rd round. Hang on. Any goalies? Okay. No other goalie was taken. Now we're at pick 67. The gem is where? The gem was at pick 171. So I still got time. Yeah, I still got time. Don't worry about that. I'll get him the next round. Yeah. I want to go for... Why is it? That's weird. Yeah, okay. So Kasivi. Tom Kasivi. I mean, he's in an A-plus league as well, but he's 18 years of age. He's 6'3", Tom Kasivi. I'm going to double down. You guys wanted the goalie. We didn't hit. I'm going to take the very next goalie. So what that has given us is I think these are the top 2 goalies in the draft. Unless somebody went in the first round, it was a goalie. We're taking Ovechkin and Kasivi. So we're just going to take a shot on goaltenders here because goalies do matter. And so I have to focus on that for scouting. So Tom Kasivi, bang. Will it go through? Fringe star. All right. So we did not hit with our goaltenders. Unfortunate, but them to breaks. Sim to pick 93. Them to breaks. You don't get lucky all the time. So let's just go back. Missed him. Now he's 48 overall, but Bryce Glennie was the medium elite goaltender that we wanted. Damn. Let's go back through the list. Top 6 grinder. That would have been nice. Man, if I could have got that top 6 grinder and that low elite grinder. Ooh. Hey, but that's going to be good. There's going to be some grinders within the league this year that I can trade for. So that's good. Top 9 grinder. Yeah, there's tons of grinders. 2-way, defenseman. All right, Kasivi. All right. So that's okay. We didn't hit the goaltenders. There might be... Oh, man, there's some more goalies available as well. Avery Clark and Maxim Kulemin. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? No. We already tried with our goalies. Go for the gem. Get the gem. Yeah, I'm going to listen to you guys. I'm listening to you. All right. Braylon Larson, right wing, 2-way forward. So even though we know he's a 2-way forward, and perhaps that's not the player type that we want, it could also work for us because we have that Croat, Cairns, who's a 2-way forward. And perhaps you get 3 2-way forwards on the same line, they get a +3 or something like that. And they could be our penalty killers. So I'm going to go for the gem. All right. Braylon Larson, what do you got? Oh, shit. He was the last pick of the 3rd round, which means I got to go, woo! Oh, baby. All right. So, yeah, Larson is the low elites. That is good. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just going to have to grow him because he's only 50 overall. That's a good one. Sim to pick 98. What we got next? 4th round. Did I miss another one of those goalies? I want to go back and see those goalies. Clark is a medium fringe starter, so he wasn't good. Godobin, offense. Man, there are still some players here who are getting selected. I can go after the goalie Kulemin or Satan. Merrick Satan. With a name like that, you can't go wrong. Satan, you're on the team, all right? I need to sell my soul to the devil if we're going to win the Stanley Cup here in Toronto, and I just did it. Bang! Son of a bitch. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. Selling your soul is not going to help. Friggin' bottom 6, of course, he's in hell. He's all the way down there in the bottom 6. Satan in the bottom 6. You know what? I just convinced myself I'm going to get him on the team somehow, some way. It's going to be Neil Cairns, the other right-wing two-way forward that I just drafted, and I'm going to groom Satan for the bottom 6 in hell. Let's go. Number 66. Whoo! All right, good job, Satan. Next up, Sim to pick 148. So I'm not going to go back and look through everything now. We're just going to take some shots. Lennox. No, he's got a face. Screw the guys with the faces. From Delorme. No. Keeping. A goaltender. Martin Keeping. Nah. He's already 6'5". He's already 19. Yeah, I don't want the 19 years of age. Chuck Brookbank. Can I sort by player type and get any grinders? Have we uncovered any grinders? Well, that's a big 0. That's a big goof. No, okay, you know what? The hell with that shit. Okay. Wait, am I supposed to be on the CS ranking or? Yeah, CS ranking. Lennox, Tristan Lennox, another goaltender. No, I gotta take a shot. It's gotta just pop out at me. It's just gotta pop out at me. Give me a name here. Give me a name. Brennan Generous, 18 years of age. Let's go. Left defense. That's it. Generous. All right, low top 6. Didn't hit. Sometimes the name just pops out. You got to take a shot at it. All right, I'm not going to look if I've missed anything. What round is this? This is our 185th pick. Hey, a goalie that the scouts are, recommending. 18 years of age, 6'3". Mika Phil. Phil back in Toronto. Damn it. Medium backup. Why do we always go down this route of trying to get a goalie and it always gets worse? It always gets worse. Medium elite sniper. Tim Ma. 6'4". I don't think he's a sniper. I'm going to take a shot at it, though. Tim Ma. Bottom 6, two-way forward. Okay, so we've had better NHL entry drafts in the past, but it's not a complete dud as well. We got ourselves Rammer, a left-wing, low-elite power forward. That was really good. Ovechkin, a medium starter goaltender with good overall. That's about a B-plus draft pick. There's nothing wrong with that. Kasivi with the low-elite two-way forward on the right, was it? Or was that Larson? I can't remember. And then Satan, the other two-way. So we got a hit and then a couple of B pluses in there. It's perfectly fine. All right. We didn't have a high first overall pick. Okay, so thank you very much, Twitch Scouts. Sim to the resign stage. I guess I could. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of all this stuff on myself. We have to go through the scouting report. I also have to go through the re-sign stage. So to ensure that the YouTube fans are not bored, power of video editing. All right, so here we are in free agency. Myself along with the Twitch Scouts, we have taken care of the re-sign stage. It was fairly straightforward. We just cut a bunch of players that we couldn't get on two-way contracts. Everyone else on our team essentially has been signed. I'll just give you guys a quick look-see of everything, okay? We pretty much had the same roster as we did last year, and with Phil Kessel's retained salary now gone off the team because his contract is expired, we have as much cap space as we're ever going to have with this team. Now, I can free up a little bit more by trading away Jonas Korpisalo if we feel the need to do that. Remember, it's a 2-year window, and I have Fleury signed for the next 2 years at less than 3. I just don't know if he's going to keep that high overall. If he only keeps it for 1 year, I can still trade him and then just get a new goalie for next season. So it's not the end of the world to part ways from Jonas Korpisalo right now. All right, now we have 5.6. By doing that, we're almost up to like $10 million by freeing that up. Defensively, Morgan Riley, Liljegren, Bear, Gavrikov, and Shillington, and we can now offer Oliver Shillington a contract extension. So I could go 2 years with him on the Matthews window, or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and keep him with Ethan Bear and Gavrikov. Now he's got his medium top 4. How much does he want? This is a steal. This is a steal. Oliver Shillington. I got to do it. 5 years. I got to do it. That's an absolute steal. Even when we hit the Matthews window, I can trade him. That will not be hard to move. Yeah, that's an absolute steal. So let's see what I can do. 5 years. Well, if I went 2 years, I'm not saving that much more. Yeah, that's a 5-year extension. No problem. 2.4. So I could probably go down to 2.1. 2.150 for 5 years. You know what? 2.2. Let me try to save as much money as I possibly can here. I don't think I can get him for that much. I think that would piss him off. 2150. Go down to 3. Yeah, that's about right. I'm pretty sure I could do that. So 5 times 2, just to be sure. You know what? You're right. Just to be 2.1. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 years at 2.150. I know we're negotiating over a very little bit of money, but with this team, I need to, here it is, manage my assets the right way. So we're going to try it. 5-year extension at 2.150 for Oliver Shillington. Bang. There it is. So we're going to wait on him. What about the forward core? So we have our top 9 with Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander, Puljujarvi, Steele, Fogle, Ritchie, Grigorenko. We signed Lizotte, Paquette, Paton, Korshkov, and Lehkonen all to like 1-year deals. Korshkov is actually making 1.150, so I could always move on from him if I need to free up that little bit of cap space, right? But the good thing about that Shillington contract is that it doesn't kick in till next season. So it's not like it's going to hurt our cap space for this year. So we can still go into free agency and find out exactly what we need. So that's our roster taken care of. I need a defenseman and perhaps a backup goalie if we move on from Korpisalo. Now, what do we have in free agency? First off, let's take a look at goalies. Because if we're going to move on from one of our guys, we would need to replace him. And this is what I'm talking about, being able to replace a goalie in 2 years from now. I mean, I could go and just pick up like a Merns Lincoln's 84 overall, or this guy 83 overall Greitz for 1.3 million. He could even be the backup this year for instead of Korpisalo. DeSmith, Francouz, Stalock, these guys are nice and cheap. I could bring back Jim Reimer for another year. He still has his exact starter as our backup. So we can move on from Korpisalo, but if we're going to move on from Korpisalo, it's got to be for a reason. All right, so if I go to defensemen that are available here in the draft, or not the draft, in free agency. John Klingberg, 88 overall, but 12.65 million. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what's coming with Matthews and Nylander's contracts are coming up. There's no way in hell, but he does deserve it, because as an offensive defenseman at 29, you know, he's going to put up crazy amount of points. Giordano's in there. Exact elite, so he's still good. You could get him, but that's a lot of money. I mean, I could just spend the $2 million for John Merrill. Colton Parayko's in there. We could go like 5 years with Parayko, but that's $6.9 million. You know what? No, we can't even do that. We don't have enough money. PK Subban, we could bring him home for 1 year. All right, so there's a lot of different options. We do need to get one defenseman. We could also, though, just bring back John Merrill because he worked out on the team last year. We know that the chemistry is going to be there, and we can keep $2.3 million. So we're down. Yeah, we'd have to free up. We'd have to free up that goaltender situation. And then the forward core, what do we got here for forwards? Let me just sort by the overall. Max Domi, Mika Zibanejad. Domi wants $9 million. Zibanejad wants 6.6 for 2 years. This is what I'm talking about. Like, trade away. You even trade away like Sam Steele and Korpisalo. Get Zibanejad for 2 years for the third line center position as the two-way forward, right? You could absolutely do that, but it breaks up a lot of different things. Ryan Getzlaf, a power forward for the bottom 6. You can get him for 1 year. Kubalik, Hoffman, Dano. Jesus, these guys want to get paid. These guys want to get paid. Bluger, Trocheck, Russ, Krejci, Johansson, Burakovsky, Joe Thornton, Sanford. The dream! But we already have our third line center in Sam Steele. Shit! Bring him back home to Toronto. I just don't know if that, like, what would you want? 1 year, 4.7. I'm trying to think. 4.7, and then, so you're doing that, and you're moving on from Korpisalo. You're absolutely moving on from Korpisalo. And then even Ritchie and Puljujarvi can be centered by Nazem Kadri. You might not have the +1 anymore. I don't know, man. It's all over the place. Like, signing a guy like that, you're taking a chance, and you don't know if it's going to work. Tyler Bozak. We could bring back Bozak and Kadri. Where's Kessel? Did Kessel re-sign with Arizona? I know his contract was done. Okay. So there's a lot of options. The first thing we need to do is figure out which head coach is going to be leading the Leafs for next season. Are we going to bring back Kaliko, or is there a forward head coach that's available? Unfortunately, Jade Beckett actually got worse in the AHL, so I don't think we're going to be getting Jade Beckett up there. But what you can do is you can memorize what Jade Beckett does, because that's the kind of head coach that we need. A forward coach with an umbrella diamond power play and penalty kill, and then a pinch cycle, balance defensive setup with a behind the net carry shoot efficient balanced, and a second line of overload carry cycle balanced. If you guys could remember that, we might be able to find a head coach here. So let's hire head coaches. Let's go into it. Let's see forwards. Franzen, Perreault. All right, we have some forwards that are A minuses. Let's see, Franzen. What do you got here? Lou Franzen, overload and large box. This is not going to be the same. Pinch cycle, balanced, behind the net. It's kind of close, but he's not the one that we are looking for. So that would hurt us. I'd rather just hold on to Kaliko. And then Perreault, was this the guy that was on the Washington Capitals? Let's see, Perreault, umbrella, large box. Oh, it's not diamond. Pinch cycle. Nope, that's not it either. Damn it! We didn't get it. We did not get it. Any other forwards that are a little bit better that I can start? Here we go. Belak. Belak. Ross Belak. No way. Wait a minute. Overload, large box. I don't think that's it. No, it's not it. Behind the net, overload. Behind the net carry. No, that's not it. Can't find it. He cannot find it. Kaliko's got to come back for another year. Forward, Shantz. Tristan Shantz. Let's see. Matthews. Umbrella with a large box. Behind the net. Nope, that's not it. Man, Jade Beckett was one of a kind, and I cannot find any other coaches that play that style. Umbrella, diamond, pinch cycle, pinch balance. Behind the net. Is that it? I don't even think that's it. Marvin Bukaboom. I don't even think that's it. Pinch cycle, pinch balanced. I don't even think that's it. Yeah, that's not it, is it? The third one, the second carry shoot. Okay, I got to go back to Jade Beckett. Sorry, everybody. I know this is some micromanaging. You guys normally don't like this. But if we're going with Kaliko, then I'll know which players I can go after. If I'm going with Jade Beckett's style, yeah, she had a pinch cycle. So what was different? Overload. It was the defensive core. Pinch cycle, balance. That's the one. I'm going to go back. Just take a photo. Nah, I remember it. I knew it was wrong. I just don't know how many tweaks can these forwards actually have. It feels like there's like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. Because he's got the umbrella and the large box. It's got to be umbrella and diamond and then pinch cycle. That defensive core is right. But then the behind the net, there's like 4 or 5 different combinations for the forwards. Bukaboom, he almost had it. He's got the forwards the right way, and he's got the power play and the penalty kill the right way. He just doesn't have the defensive core the right way, which is weird. Forwards, here we go, another one. Pollock, let's see. Umbrella, diamond, this could be it. Pinch cycle, but no, that's not it again. No, that is not it. Son of a bitch. Another forward, Stepniak. Let's see. Overload, large box, pinch cycle. Nope, that's not it. It's impossible. And then we're down into C. Okay, so Jade Beckett's style is still something that we cannot get. Damn it, man. That head coach that went to Detroit last year was our chance to score with a big-time head coach that could handle that, and we screwed it up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to keep Kaliko, because he is still good enough to get us through the regular season, and then when we get to the playoffs, it just becomes about our overall. What this does do, though, is it hurts our ability to grow our players that we were trying to grow. So like a guy like Grigorenko, Warren Fogle, and Ethan Bear, we could have them at +5 if I got the right coach. Unfortunately, we can only get them to +3. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a step back of what I wanted to do. So if we're going to keep Kaliko, that opens up the options for free agency, because I think I want to keep our third line the way it is. What do you guys think? Who is more valuable to this team? Sam Steele at 3-point-something million is your third line center who can still get better, or Nazem Kadri for 1 year at 4.7. Now, I could get Nazem Kadri for a fourth line center position just for 1 year, but why would I want to do that, right? That hurts us. That hurts us. I think Steele is far more valuable. You got other guys like Joe Pavelski down here. Yeah. Okay. So it comes down to this. Do we trade away Jonas Korpisalo, free up some cap space, get a good 6 defenseman, and build up the fourth line, because we could do it with Kadri and another guy, or do we hold on to our 2 goalies? It essentially comes down to the goalie. Do you want Korpisalo and Fleury, or is Fleury the guy for the next 2 years, no matter what? Because he's getting older, and we're going to get to the preseason, and he may have that drop-off. I don't know what we want to do. Trade for Phil? Let me see what Phil's got in Arizona. We essentially have to make a move. There's no point in holding on to 2 goaltenders. There's no point. Right wingers. Phil, there you go. He signed a, oh man, a 1-year deal worth $6.4 million. Damn it, that would have been perfect for us. Maybe we can get him next year. Fleury is the man. I want Kadri. If Fleury's the guy, then it's Korpisalo. And we would just replace Korpisalo with, like, Reimer. And we would free up the cap space necessary to then go after some defensemen and forwards and go for a cup this year. And that's not crazy because it's only a 2-year window before we more than likely have to. So we're only losing 1 year. 1 year goaltender. You know what? I just talked myself into it. Fine trade. What can we get for Korpisalo? Because even if Fleury drops off this year, he's still going to be as good as Korpisalo is, especially with his individual stats. Fleury's 87. He might drop to 84. Korpisalo's not going to jump. So what can we get for Korpisalo? If I go to fine trade on the open block, what do we got here? Tyler Myers, 2 years left. No thank you. Arizona, no. Although trading a goalie away to a team in the Western Conference, we know how that freaking plays out for us. Essentially, all I'm getting is draft picks. Like Colorado or Columbus. I can give Columbus back. Jonas Korpisalo. Oh, man. So, yeah, if we were going to trade away Jonas Korpisalo, we would just want to acquire draft picks. Do you guys want to do this? I could go either way with this, because if Fleury goes down with an injury, I mean, we won our division, so I still think that we're going to be in a playoff spot. But by doing this, we can then stack up our forward core and just run with Fleury for the playoffs. Try for Phil? Corpy for Phil? No, they wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. Yes, 100%. Well, that makes the Arizona Coyotes even better. So let me just edit their trade. Let's see what the Arizona Coyotes have. Asset management. Well, we got Fleury for free, remember? And by doing this, we're going by... It's just essentially just freeing up cap space because there's a bunch of free agents available. Conservative seller. What do they got in the net? Yeah, they have Ullmark in the net as their backup for another year. 1.8. 83 overall. Now, I can just sign Reimer for the same thing, so I don't even need to acquire that. Draft picks. Second and a third for Jonas Korpisalo. The second is not even the upcoming draft, so no, I would want the second in next year's draft. There you go. And a third. Okay. Check Phil? Nah, I don't think they want to give up. I don't think they want Phil or give up Phil. They just signed him. No, they don't want to give him up. And I don't want to trade for a $6 million contract. Okay, so are you guys all right with this? Now, it may seem like we're getting fleeced a little bit, but second rounders and third rounders, you can see what the NHL entry draft has become. Like, you can get some good players. You guys want to do that, or should we just hold on to Korpisalo until preseason and then make the trades over the course of the year? I can build up the team right now, or we can wait. Hold. Green light. Green. No. So yeah, this is a tough one, isn't it? Hold him. Hold it. Trade now. I don't know what I want to do. You know what? Yeah. No, this is a dumb trade. We don't know about Marc-Andre Fleury, and now that goaltenders matter, that's a dumb trade. We have the same head coach, so why am I forcing moves? We have the cap space. All I need to do is get a defender. The fourth line is fine. I can improve the fourth line through trade acquisitions at next year's trade deadline. What we need to do is utilize that money and bring in a big-time blue liner. All right? That's what we need. That's what we need. We can upgrade Merrill to a better blue. So a blue liner for 1 year. Take a shot at Mark Giordano for a year. Because he still has his exact elite. What do you guys think about that? Mark Giordano. Let me just look at defensemen. All I need is one defender to have this team set for next year. So Mark Giordano could be a shot. Because he's a veteran, right? These other guys are too much. Darnell Nurse. Wait a minute. The Toronto boy. PK Subban, man. Does he throw the body? Big right-handed shot. Doesn't take too many penalties. Does he throw the body? He does. Anaheim. What do you do with Anaheim? New Jersey. That was year number 1, right? He gives the puck away a little bit, but a lot of those defenders will give the puck away. I guess he was injured, or he got traded to Anaheim. Right, he got traded to Anaheim. What do you guys think? He was capable of a plus 18. The reason why Gio is better than PK, yeah, but Gio might be a little bit too expensive. That's the problem. Gio wants 5.6. I only have $5.6 million of cap space available. Now, let's see if Gio throws the body. Because I remember him being an offense. Oh, he throws the body as well. Yep. All right, so he's just as good. He's better. No doubt. Okay, hang on. What I can do... Because Subban doesn't have any teams interested. I could try for Gio and see if he wants to sign with us and just take it day by day. Now you got Will Butcher in there, Josh Manson, defensive defenseman. All defensive. That's better. Right-handed, because that's the upgrade from John Merrill. And I already have Timothy Lilly. Oh yeah, I just talked myself into this. That's the one. That's the one right there. PK is expensive, yeah, and I already have Liljegren and Riley as the two-way defenders. If we need to upgrade from a defensive, yeah, that's the one. That is the one. Plus minus is terrible. Is he taking a lot of penalties? Plus minus is terrible. Let's see what his plus minus was in the year where they won the Presidents. He was plus 13 the year that he won the Presidents. He's taken 38. Just trying to think. He'd be playing on the first line, or he could be even playing alongside of, what's his name? I go Gavrikov and Liljegren. Gavrikov and Schilly on the third line. You go Manson and Bear on the second line, and then Lilly and Riley on the first. Oh, hell yes. That is the one. That is the one. All right, so Josh Manson. Yeah, I like that. It fits in with Kalisto. The only thing that doesn't work is he wants 5 years. I ain't giving you 5 years, buddy. I'll give you a 2-year deal. All right, 2-year deal, and then he can walk because I have no contracts coming up next season. 2 years at $5 million per. Do I have the green light? I like that because that's the 2-year window. We are not hurt for next season when it comes to the salary cap. And for next year, I can always move on from a goalie. Yeah? Trade Nylander, green light. He might not even sign this, but 2 years at $5 million. I like that. All right, so offer and contract. Bang. All right, there it is. Yeah, that's where we're going to spend our money. We have our top 9 created with Kaliko, and my fourth line, I can easily find some grinders and such. But the grinders don't even work until we get our new head coach, right? So I just need 2-way forwards that I can pick up over the course of the regular season. So that's it. That is it. So let us advance the day. I want to see if we get this guy signed or not. They want my goaltender Ovechkin. Get the hell out of here, Montreal. That's not happening. I just drafted him. Next up. You don't think he'll accept? He might not. You're right. Josh Manson. The only thing is no other teams were interested just yet, so I had that advantage. There are other teams going after Giordano and the higher-rated overall defenseman. So I got to him first. Nobody else got in there, and the contract did not hurt him. So Josh Manson has been signed to a 2-year deal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oliver Shillington has accepted the contract extension as well. Okay, so asset management. I know you don't want to hear it. But now that we've freed up that cap space from Phil Kessel's retained salary, go a little bit longer here. And Liljegren's for 1 year longer than Riley. And now, for the next 5 years, actually starting for the next 6 years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, for the next 6 years, we got Riley, Liljegren, Bear, Shillington at 2.15, Gavrikov at 1.85, Fogle, and Grigorenko. That's what you needed to do on this team. That's what I mean about asset management. I got 2 defensemen, 2 forwards, all in their mid-20s, all making like less than $2 million per season. That's what this team needed, all right? So we have our nice blue line now with Morgan Riley and Timothy Liljegren first line, Ethan Bear, Josh Manson second line, Schilly and Gavrikov on that third line, okay? Forward core, we are good. The only thing that's going to be in disarray is our fourth line, but we had our fourth line the way it is right now last year, and we won the division, so I'm okay. And I have the cap space in my goaltender, but I'm not comfortable with seeing how Marc-Andre Fleury jumps, or not jumps, but drops off come preseason, so we're going to wait on that. Okay, so that's that. Let's jump to preseason to see what your year 4 Toronto Maple Leafs, or year 3, Toronto Maple Leafs look like. Okay, so here we are, the beginning of year number 3. This is our season. 2 years to get it done, starting right now, this year and next year, before we have to sign this guy to a huge contract. So, time is clicking, or ticking, shit. Man, I can't even talk right now. What the hell? See what happens when I lose in the Stanley Cup Finals? It just completely demotivates me, man. But we've gone through with the Twitch Scouts, and we've edited our lines for year number 3. And it's pretty much the same thing. Now, some players have dropped off, but they're going to go up and down based on the kind of regular season they have. I'm stuck in neutral just because we have a good team. We should be in the playoffs. And you saw what happened last year with this head coach and this roster. We were 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. But I just want the new head coach with the A-minuses. Jade Beckett's not good enough just yet, so I can get my +5s everywhere. Once we do that, and we have a year of growth from +5s, oh my God. But time's running out. So Warren Fogle, Matthews, and Nylander at +3. Grigorenko, Tavares, and Marner +3. That top 6 should carry us to the playoffs. Richie, Steele, and Puljujarvi at +1. It's a really good third line. And then Korshkov, Lizotte, and Lehkonen. We decided to just go with the same fourth line that we had last year. Thinking about maybe getting Nazem Kadri in free agency. Thinking about getting Joe Pavelski. A bunch of guys for the fourth line. But thought better of it. We can acquire those players at the trade deadline or over the course of the year for a cheaper price, all right? I didn't need to make that move just yet. Defensively, Riley, Liljegren, Manson, the new $5 million defenseman alongside of Ethan Bear. So that's a big increase instead of Gavrikov at 80 overall. The 84 overall should be much better. And when we get to the playoffs, that is going to be an upgrade from John Merrill. So our defensive core looks a little bit better. We got Shillington and Gavrikov signed long-term. I can get them going at +5s with our new head coach. That's the problem. So we really have to be on the lookout for new head coaches. If head coaches get fired over the course of the year, I have to scout them, all right? Even if it's a guy who's not quite ready, we got to put him in the system because Jade Beckett for our AHL is not going to be our head coach of the future. She just doesn't have it. Power play, we spread out our guys and still have our +3s on both line. Penalty kill, still weak, but we're going with Tavares and Matthews, same as last year. And the reason why we didn't spend all that money in free agency was because I didn't want to trade away Korpisalo because we didn't know about Marc-Andre Fleury. But good news, Marc-Andre Fleury still has his 87 overall. Now, he has lost his exact elite, but I knew that was going to be okay. It's next year that becomes the problem. So, with the 2-year window here, this might mean that Jonas Korpisalo becomes expendable. Because we have him for another 4 years, which in reality, we're only going to have him for 2 years before we have to trade him. But if Marc-Andre Fleury can be a good enough goaltender for this year and for next year, at less than $3 million per, that's a steal. We can free up that backup $4 million and then either acquire a player for the fourth line, upgrade a player either on the blue line or in the top 6, or just get a free agent for next season, a draft pick, right? That is the flexibility that we have right now. If Fleury's our guy for next 2 seasons, Korpisalo has become expendable. Now, if we have some injuries to our goaltender, it's going to be a good thing to have too. But we're going to have to decide what we want to do with Jonas Korpisalo, and we're going to have to make our decision before the trade deadline, because if we hold on to him as a backup and we go into next season or the draft, that's when he'll get the regular season drop because he won't have played, and I might not be able to move him then. So we have to make our decisions, and we have to make them now. The AHL squad, I've arranged them, don't worry. There's not really any prospects down there that are doing anything for us except for Noah Robertson. He's going to be our third-line center of the future, but we're going to go with Sam Steele for right now. So other than that, let us start up the season sim and see how far we can go here. I want to go a month, and we'll see how we're playing. But like I said, if any head coaches get fired, we're going to have to stop the game and go quickly take a look at it because I want that forward head coach. I don't care if Kaliko has got us on a 50-0 record. I want that forward head coach. So, Twitch Scouts, keep an eye on it for me. We'll see how our team is simulating, but I'm going to say it again. Everyone's going to roll their eyes, I know, but asset management. Even though we lost in the Stanley Cup Finals in year number 2, our team is still ready to go, even stronger for year number 3. So I'm hoping for a real good bounce-back regular season, perhaps even take the next step, win the President's Trophy. Remember, we have Marc-Andre Fleury as our starting goaltender from the beginning of the year. Look at this start, though. 1-3-1. Oh, my God. So we got Marc-Andre Fleury, not from the trade deadline this year. We have him for the entire season. 1-4-1 to start the 1-4-1 5-1 to start the year. What is happening here in Toronto? The Leafs, with the Stanley Cup final hangover, have a horrible beginning to the year 3 regular season. But there you go. We got it back to 500. Don't worry, it's only the start of the year. 4-6-1. Let's take a look at why we are not simulating so well. Fire Kaliko. You know what? That could be the idea. That could be the chance that we needed to get him out without any, negative PR coming our way. So Kaliko's still doing fine, but I'm waiting for that forward head coach, all right? We need him. Franzen is, oh man. Franzen. If only you were the right kind of forward head coach for me, my man. Overload large box. I need an umbrella and I need a diamond. Overload, carry, shoot, efficient, balance. I need a behind the net carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. The defensive pairing is right for Lou Franzen, but that's it. The forwards are not. Use Jade Beckett. I can't use Jade Beckett. She's not good enough. She's going to play like crap. There's a lot of Shantz, Belak, Buka Boom, or you just got to wait. We just got to wait, all right? We just got to wait and hope for the best. Come on, NHL teams. Fire head coach and let it be. I need the Detroit Red Wings to fire their head coach. Where's Detroit in the standings? Where are they? The Red Wings, come on. They're below us. 4-6-0. Fire that damn head coach. Please, Yzerman. Part ways with him. So let's see who's doing what for our team. Team stats. Who wants to bet us the penalty kill? That's killing us. Goals for per game. Let's see. Toronto, we're third. Goals against per game. We are... we're right there in the middle. Fourth best, actually. Power play percentage. Let's see. Toronto, 15.4. Power play is not looking great. Penalty kill, 76. Yep. Typical Leafs with their shitty penalty kill. Okay, well, whatever. Relax. 1 month. 1 month. I'm not going to change anything. 1 month. Let's go another month and see what happens with the simulation. I'm not even going to look at the individual player stats. I don't want to know the save percentage of the goalies. I really think that was just coincidence. I think it's very possible for this Leaf team to now go on like a 5-game winning streak and just get right back above 500. All right, there you go. 6-7-1. We're right there. Anthony Stallars. No, I am not going to claim you. Decline. I don't need a backup goaltender. I don't need anything else on the roster. We're pretty much at the top of our cap space, or at the limit of our cap space, because of that defenseman signing, Josh Manson. That only happened because Phil Kessel's retained salary is now officially off the team. So we have a little bit of flexibility, but considering we were 1 win away from the Stanley Cup last year, how much changes do we honestly need to make? We just need our players to get a little bit better because it's a year further in and deliver on the goods next time. So we're above 500. Don't worry, we're going to be in a playoff team. I believe in this squad. We have everything that we need. We have the goal scoring, we have a deep blue line, and if goaltender stats matter, which they really feel like they do, I have 2 goalies now. So let's take a look at these stats, see who's doing what, see if we can isolate any just glaring issues for us. So team stats. So the penalty kill is always going to be something. I think to get the penalty kill going better, we might need to get that +5 going on it. They might have made it like that. Our power play is fine. It's at 1/5 again. That's where we want it. Penalty kill percentage is actually trended upward. We're 4th best in our division. So a lot of people are suffering on the penalty kill. We're actually not doing bad. That number's been far worse before for us, so I'll take that, to be honest. Player stats. Let's see who's doing what for us. Matthews. All right, so Matthews is leading. We need this guy to just go off. This time in the playoffs as well. John Tavares. So they were both point per game. Marner and Nylander are passing to the 2 snipers, so good. Grigorenko is like point per game. Fogel's like point per game. Puljujarvi, Steele, and Richie are all plus players. They're getting points good. Korshkov, Lizotte, and Lehkonen are minuses, so I could improve on that. Riley and Liljegren +11, +2. Ethan Bear and Manson +4s. And Shillington and Gavrikos pluses. So 5-on-5, we're doing just fine. Korpisalo is 5-1-1. Fleury's 11-9-0. Yeah, we just need to keep simming. Our numbers are there. We're just, for some reason, we've lost a few games. Our numbers are there. So let's go 1 more month. 1 more month. We'll end it there. I want to be able to take it up to the trade deadline, but I want a story before the trade deadline. This doesn't feel like we're on autopilot. So I want to go 1 more month. We'll do our due diligence. We'll take a look around the NHL. But what I'm really looking for and hoping for is a coach firing. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Okay? Especially the Detroit Red Wings. Did anyone know? Oh, Gavrikos been injured with a separated shoulder. Estimated return is February 22nd. Holy shit. That's a long time. Head coach replaces player. So that's going to be, what is it, Martin Marinson jumping in there? And that's another thing that we can improve upon, our depth, our injury depth. So come the trade deadline, just a bunch of trades. Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. This team is streaky. We win in a row, but then we lose like 6 in a row. Some of them were overtime losses, 2 shootout losses back to back. One against Carolina, one against the Detroit Red Wings. We got to be careful here. We're not just easily in the playoffs. We're not simulating well. So I've got to make some trades or make some line changes here. So yeah, you know what? We're going to end this here December 1st because I need the YouTube scouts to chime in as well. The Twitch scouts aren't doing enough for me. The Twitch scouts are not doing enough for me. A 4-3 loss up against the Arizona Coyotes. Okay, so let's take a look at everything. We'll try to see if we can identify why we're not simulating so well. 45 points. We're currently out of a playoff spot. How the hell is that happening? The Detroit Red Wings are at the bottom. Good. Let me see if there's any coaches. Kaliko, if he's an A-plus coach, we should be simulating just fine. Forwards, Belak. No, the same guys are available. Chance. Forwards, Bukaboom, Pollock. Forwards, Hacken. Now, these guys are all C's. I don't need these guys. I need someone a lot better than that. Jade Beckett's a B-, for God's sakes. So, no, that's not going to work out. So, we got to ride with Kaliko for right now. There's nothing that we can do about that. But we got to figure out why our team is not simulating well. So, I'm going to go through the individual team stats and player stats one last time. Why are we not simulating well? Goals for per game. Okay, so we're not scoring nearly as much as we've scored in the past. All right, so that could be our power play. Goals against per game, that has got to come back down. What's our power? Okay, so our power play. Our power play in the past has been lights out. Why is our power play only 18.8%? We've got to improve that. Our penalty kill, 77.5. It's about where it's always at, right? So if we can improve that, that's fine. But honestly, we need to be scoring more goals. Our team is built for offense. In the past, we've been able to score at will. For some reason this year, we are not scoring. Fogle might be hurting. Well, I'm going to go to these individual player stats right now. So Matthews, 48 points, 27 goals, but only a +1. Interesting. Mitch Marner, +12 with 40 points. John Tavares, +8, 35 points. William Nylander, 31 points in 40. So that Matthews-Nylander line looks like it's hurting a little bit. Warren Fogle, 28 points is fine for a guy as good as he is. So the second line with Grigorenko and Marner and Tavares, they're simulating just fine. The first line could be a little bit better. Pulya, Harvey, Steele, and Richie, they're doing just fine. They're like 40 or 50 points. And they're plus players. Korshkov, Lizotte, and Lehkonen. Perhaps we could also improve that fourth line. Defensively, Liljegren and Riley, a -2. So the first line, we don't have that plus chemistry in there. Ethan Bear with Manson are plus. So the second line with Tavares and on the defensive core with Bear and Manson, they're doing just fine. Marinson's a -6. So yeah, we could use a better defensive substitution right there. Marc-Andre Fleury is not having a great season. It has to be said. He is not having a great season. I don't know why. His numbers are all way up there still. He's got everything that he needs. Do we go back with non-automated goalie rotations and see if Korpisalo starts to win? Because he's 7-1-2. You know? Interesting. Okay, so we're not on autopilot this season. We're going to have to make some changes. Last but not least, let us take a look around the NHL and see what potential trades that we could make. Right now would be a good time to make a trade for our first overall or our first rounder, because our first round pick should be very heavily weighted because we're not in the playoffs. Yeah, and Vegas and Anaheim and Dallas. So we got tons of trading assets here. What do we got around the league? I'm not trading for a goalie. We're going to make it work with Fleury or with Korpisalo. Something else is not happening. We're not scoring. That's what it is. Myers, 83. No. Time for Phil. Well, if Phil's available, maybe we'll go for him. If I'm going to make a trade, it's got to be someone big. I'm not looking for like a guy in the low 80s. We have tons of that. And I can find those fourth liners later. Like Wenberg, 83, 5 years. No. Not taking that on. Harper, no. Bobby Ryan, no. Don't need you. 85. Brendan Gallagher, 5 years left at 6.5. Tyler Toffoli, 83. Value's a little bit high. I wouldn't want those guys. I'm trying to look for a steal here. 82. Pajot, no. Nick Cousins, 80. It's a good contract. Fourth line. Playmaker. Fits on the third forward line. The replacement, that's essentially Lizotte. But the trade value is way too high. The value is good. The years, it's the window, the overall for the fourth line, that's fine. But everything else, I'd have to give up a little bit too much for a rental. Burns, Gusev is making $7 million. Jeez, this game goes crazy. Devin Taves, Calvin DeHaan. No, I don't need them. Anderson. Here we go. JT Miller, 1 year, 86 overall, two-way forward. This is what I'm talking about. Fourth line. Or even the third line, and I can move one of my third liners down to the fourth line. All right? It's a lot of trade value, but you're going for it this year, essentially. They also have Joe Thornton that I could throw on the team. Furland, he's a grinder, is he? Grinder, yeah. Some players there in Vancouver. Vegas Golden Knights, Gunther, no. Washington Capitals, Lapierre, no. The Winnipeg Jets, Shane Wright, they're looking to trade him already. So there's nothing really jumping out on me. Vincent Trocheck, yeah, I'm going to have to do some scouting on my own, and I'm going to have to wait to see what you guys say on YouTube. But this is kind of a weird season. We're going to have to figure out, first things first, how to win games, because we're just not winning, and I don't know why. Our team looks the same as it did last year. Right, this first line should be good enough. I don't care what you guys say. A 92 with an 89 and an 82 with a +3. It should be good enough. Second line's doing fine. Third line's doing fine. We can improve the fourth line. I wonder if Liljegren and Riley, I wonder if they could use a plus. Like, if I move Bear up with Riley and a +1, if that's going to help out, you know? Or if I even go Bear and Manson on the first line to get a +5 in there. I know, because I remember we moved Liljegren up last season for the playoffs. We had it like that, I think, right? Or it was Shilly and Lilly. Yeah, it was like that. And we're not getting that +3 on the third defensive pairing anymore. And we have Martin Marincin in there. So, we are getting with Marincin. Marincin does give us the +3. Interesting. So he's actually not that bad. Okay. And then the goaltender situation, Marc-Andre Fleury at 87 overall. We're going to have to figure out why he's not simulating very well. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you guys have to say. The Year 3 Toronto Maple Leafs are going through a little bit of a rut. We're halfway through the season, and we are not in the playoffs. That has got to change. It seems like if we get the chance to fire our head coach, to bring in a head coach that works, that would be awesome. I just have to wait and hope that the Detroit Red Wings, they're just shit the bed, Detroit, and fire your damn coach. I could hire him, and things would be perfect. Okay, what are you guys saying about Robertson? Robertson and Trocheck. Robertson down to the AHL? I mean, what you want me to bring up a 79 overall player? What's he going to do for us? What's he going to do on the third line? Sam Steele is better than him. Nah. I'm not listening to your trolling asses. We just have to deal with it. So, ladies and gents, let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.